welcome back to my channel. It's Nicola. So today I'd like to show you some of my beauty favorites. This is one of the favorite videos that I love to watch this time of the year. So if you'd like to know what I've been loving this year and which are the things that are on my face right now, then please keep watching. Oh, for primer, it's not something that I necessarily use on a daily basis, but at sometimes when I just want to throw something on quickly, I would use this alone. It's a makeup primer by Alice Makeup, but also sometimes when I really want to look perfected completely, then I'll also combine this with another foundation, which I'll mention to you later as well. So today I thought I would just put it on while I'm talking through it so you can see how it looks like. So it's basically a nude color. There is 3 different colors in this collection, and this is in 03 beige. So normally I just tend to kind of put it on in the like this kind of area on my face, the kind of big triangular zone, which kind of helps get rid of kind of any uneven skin color quite quickly before the next steps of putting on any other products. Just kind of roughly putting this on. And spread it on the rest of the face. So you can see it is much more even now, my skin tone, compared to earlier. Next, it'll be foundation or base in general. Now, there is 2 that I really couldn't decide on, and because they both have a place in my heart. I've been using one non-stop until I buy the other one, and then I kind of use it kind of interchangeably until kind of recently, because one of them is kind of running out, that I'm using the other one more. So I'll tell you both. So the first one is the Chanel Sublimage, where it has got lots of skincare ingredients in this. I'm really sad that I'm at almost the end of it. So you can see it is a very thin consistency, but it has the most beautiful finish. This comes with a brush like this. It's a really good one actually. I tend to use this brush exclusively for this foundation. So what I tend to do, and in the instructions it tells you to kind of do it from kind of forehead out, kind of, and under the eye, on the kind of upward direction near the nose, and then here as well. So I'll do halves, like one half of the face with this and the other half later with another foundation. So it's so quick and easy. It just gives the most beautiful finish. It's the glow that gives that feel of you've just come out of a facial. It's not got any signs of that you're wearing foundation at all. It's just that really natural glowiness that comes through. So you can see immediately there is a difference already between this side and this side. You can't quite tell what's on. You can't tell that I technically am wearing foundation, but it has that really subtle brightness that kind of lifts my skin condition another level. So this has got a medium coverage. It doesn't cover my dark circles 100%, but you can see it's a great improvement compared to what I had earlier here. It also lifts the face as well, if you can compare this side and this side. So that is the characteristics that more expensive foundations tend to have, in addition to its function to cover, you know, any skin infection and improving the skin texture. And my other favorite foundation is this NARS light reflecting foundation. So this is one that I have been eyeing out since its launch, and I kind of had a love-hate relationship at the start. I ultimately decided that I do love it. So this is how it looks like. So it's got a similarly kind of thin fluidy consistency as well, but this one I would say, compared to the Chanel foundation, has got more of a finish that is more approachable on a day-to-day basis. So imagine if you were to describe the foundation as like the sort of person, this would be someone who camera or facial, they are in high kind of social status and they're really into the health and well-being and like the skin health, not just from the outside but kind of making sure that she eats well and exercises well to get that glow from within look. Whereas for this other NARS foundation, it has got medium coverage but it gives a healthy natural look for somebody who perhaps is your neighbor, where they sleep well, they look after themselves, but it's not, they don't go out of the way to look perfect, is how I describe it. It makes it feel a bit more achievable for like the everyday person. If you are someone who wants to kind of blend in a bit more and it is not important to you to look your absolute perfection and you prefer to look like you just woke up and then you know you naturally have good skin and you didn't really have to try very hard at all, I would say this is more the kind of vibe that it's giving. But you can definitely see there is a difference in the type of kind of brightness in the skin that is much brighter on the side, even though the color is not too dissimilar. It has got more like a radiance but kind of matte natural skin finish, whereas this one is like almost like porcelain in terms of like the texture. This one definitely looks more perfected, even though the coverage, as you can see, is better on this side than this other one. It's the Chanel and this one is the NARS. So for concealer, my favorite this year is the L'Oreal Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Wear Concealer. So I've used so much of it, this is almost getting empty already. So what I like about it is partly the color that I chose, which is 2C. This is very different to the colors that I normally go for, because normally I have quite a brown circle, so I normally tend to go for more yellowish toned ones. But this one is actually more of a salmony color, as you can see here. And this is technically cool tone, so this will help counteract any kind of darkness that is more brownish purplish. So this is really effective in getting rid of really strong discoloration. As you can see, it's got a really thin consistency, but it's very effective at the same time, which is why I like it. It doesn't have any kind of burden on your skin when you put this on, because the consistency is so thin. This is kind of my everyday go-to concealer and the one that I reach out for. Many times I use other concealer is when I happen to put it in, like put this concealer in another bag that I used to use something else. So this is definitely a very deserving winner. So let's talk about eyebrows. So this year I've still been very loyal and loving my Benefit Precisely my brow pencil in the shade 4.5. So I've been using this product on and off many times, but I've been changing up the color, the shade that I use depending on kind of the vibe that I like to use. So lately I've been liking a more natural approach that are similar to my natural brow color. So that's what I've been kind of going for lately. So it's got a really tiny tip, which is what I like, and it lasts very long as well. So on a day-to-day basis, this is the one product that I use, but there is another one that I like to add to it as well to make it extra special. And my favorite brow gel is the Hourglass Brow Volumizing Fiber Gel. So I got this in the shade Dark Brunette, and this is already my second tube. I really like this because it gives the right amount of volume and color at the same time without it looking like you have got product on your brows. So what I like to do, it's got like a really good brush as well. One side is short and the other side is longer. So what I tend to do is to use the short side first to kind of lightly go through my brows to give it more of a fluffy look, but it's not overly fluffy and artificial, which is really great, because if that's what you want for a natural look, then that's something that you could use every day, and it's very easy. It never gets on the skin or anything like that, so it's a very quick and easy way to make your brow look that much more lively. To blushes, so this is a really hard one and I've been deciding for a long time, and I finally come down to two. I still couldn't narrow down on one, so let's talk to you about one that I would go for when I want myself to look really put together and glowy and kind of natural and beautiful at the same time. So this is the Tower 28 Beach Please cream blusher in Magic Hour. So I didn't realize how much I'm going to love this until I kind of continue using it. The great thing about it is that even though it's a cream blush, it's not too tacky, and it's just so versatile as well. In terms of its color, it's not too cool, not too warm. It's kind of leaning neutral. It's like more like a nude pink color that would go with everything. So I like to like kind of lay down the product and then blend it with my fingers to get that like really nice glow from within blush look. And it's just so blendable, and you just don't have, there's no trace of kind of where it starts and ends, which works really well. It makes it really easy to like use this cream blusher in combination with other products as well on top. So this is more like a good base for me, and sometimes I would just use this alone, and you know, it gives the most like lovely glowy cheeks. And sometimes I also use this as a base and then put other colors on top as well. It's other favorite of mine, which is the MERCIER blush color infusion blush in the color Ginger. So in comparison to the Tower 28 blush, this one is slightly warmer than the other, so they're both kind of in the nudie category, and you can see this one has got a slight warmest, more like a peachy tone to it, whereas this is more like a true nudie pink. So let me just quickly, I'll put this on in a minute, let me just powder my face quickly. So my favorite powder this year is the Chanel Natural Finish Loose Powder. Almost finished it, as you can see there's only a very tiniest amount in there, so I'll see how much I can actually get out. So what I'm going to do is to grab the powder onto this La Mer powder brush and just powder. So this is where I've put the majority of the cream blush earlier, and I'll show you how this one looks. I'll put it on this inner corner here, just and on the nose, so you can see the difference. So this one has got a slight more warmness to it. Ooh, I'm putting a lot here and making it look like I've got a bit of a cold. But you can see it definitely has a slightly more warmth to it. Let me tone down that on my nose. And lately I really like to use this cream blush and take it kind of up on my temples as well. And it kind of gives a very nice atmosphere for the face and make the face look smaller as well. I'm definitely a blusher girl. Even though this year I've been, you know, craving less variety of blushes, but I think it's down to having ones that I just find is perfect for every day already, that I just simply don't need more. So next, let's get into eyeshadow. Oh, this is so exciting. This is definitely a year of eyeshadow for me. I just want to say it is a no-brainer when I have to make this decision, because I just use this so often, and once I bought it I basically used it non-stop, and even now that I've got other new eyeshadows coming after it, this is still the one that I go for. And this is the Tom Ford Eye Color Quad Creme in 37 Smoky Quartz. Can you see how dipped these pens are? Because I've been using this to death. Because this is so versatile. I literally use this for work, for important occasion, and during leisure time as well, you know, when I'm, you know, wanting to look good, because it is so versatile, and it just looks so good and so effortless at the same time. It's just hard to beat, you know, when it's something that I'm in a rush or I would go for it, and when I want to spend more time looking put together and beautiful and smoky, I use this as well. So it literally does everything for me. So on a day-to-day basis, I tend to use this color on its own, and it's simply as just putting one color down, and it's a one and done eyeshadow. So you can see that it's very pigmented, but also it's got a really nice muted finish, and so creamy that you like hardly need to put any effort on it to even spread it across. Literally, it's done. This is a great everyday shadow, but it's also a great way because there are so many different red shades on here that you can build a very nice gradient look. I just do it quickly because it's not a technically a tutorial, so I can kind of try and go through this quicker. I'll just demonstrate with 2 colors this time to save time. So I'll go for this other pink here, kind of like a darkish pink color. Literally lay down the colors and blend. Sorry about the lighting, it's just starting to get dark now, so I have a light on the side to kind of show the color a bit better while I'm doing this. For the purpose of this video, I made it quite strong so you can see the color, but you can wear it very lightly as well, which is what I normally do when I use the brush in here. It gives a much more subtle look, which is perfect for every day. So now let's get into mascara. So my favorite is kind of one of 2, but this is the one that I use more often. This is the Kai Beauty Limitless Upward Mascara. In the last year, have used, this is my third tube, and the other one that I liked is also from Kai Beauty, but it's the volumizing range that I like as well, but it is only because it is on the wet side that I don't tend to use it as often until it gets to the right kind of consistency. Then I really like it. But overall, in terms of versatility and how often I use it, I would say it is this lengthening mascara that I prefer and use and love and have repurchased again and again. So it is a mascara that has got microfibers in it, but is not very detectable. It's very fine. It always looks very neat when applied on your eyelashes, so it's very natural, and it's not, I never experienced any irritation using this mascara as well. It's also waterproof, which is great for Asian eyelashes like mine, and my natural lashes are pointing downwards, and it really doesn't like holding a curl, and this mascara does an amazing job at keeping it curly all day and lengthening without any kind of drops of mascara on my lids after a whole day. So it's just, you know, a perfect mascara for me. So I'll do the other side as well quickly. Let's go to lips, and this is also a no-brainer for me because these are the ones that I continuously reach for whenever it is around, and I'll always be like, oh, where is this, if it happens not to be in my drawer. For lip pencil, this is the Pat McGrath lip pencil in contour, which is a nudie shade like this. It's a very creamy lip pencil, which kind of works very well, especially like recently. I really like overlining my lips kind of just in the middle, and it works really well for that, to kind of blur the edges. I like to normally fill my whole lips just lightly to create a base for the rest of what I'm going to put on. So next it will be lipstick. My favorite lipstick is the Rouge Dior in 100 nude look. This is a really great everyday nude lipstick. It is a nudie pink color, which kind of, you know, seems to be a theme here. I didn't realize how much I like a nudie pink, or pink colors so much. So you can see this is kind of a slightly more kind of pinkish compared to the kind of nudie contour, almost brownish color here. It's still very complimentary to my skin. And this is a very good formula as well, not only the color that it's making. It just feels so comfortable on the lips. Like no matter how much I put on, it's still very nice and comfortable. So next it will be finishing powders. So it might not be a surprise because a lot of you probably have heard me talk about this again and again and again. And this is the Ambient Lighting Powder in the shade Dim Light. Oh, you can see how much I've hit pan on this, and I intend to continue to use until it's completely gone because I just love it so much. So you probably have heard many times about this already, but this gives the most beautiful filtered effect on the skin. I'm going to do half the size for you so you can compare. I mean, it doesn't work in this occasion because I've got two different foundation, but here you go. I'm just gonna do, you can see already it's more perfected already. I'll do the other side too. I'm just changing into a smaller brush to kind of pat it down. This year I do prefer using the same powder for my under eye as well, because this is just never too drying for my skin, and it just gives a more perfected finish compared to other powders that I have, even for the ones that are specially made for the under eye area. So I have a curveball that I'm throwing in here because I decided to add another finishing powder to the mix as well, because this is just something that I've discovered this year to be used in conjunction with the Hourglass finishing powder. This is Suqqu Retouched Press Powder in 02. The Hourglass, it gives a filtered, more perfected look where it kind of basically blurs out all the bumps and kind of pores that you have and make it like a really lovely smooth canvas that has like a silky veil finish. This powder gives clarity, as in like it looks like your skin is transparent and you can kind of see through it like a very nice translucent glass or crystal. So that has been my new combination that I go for when I just want to look my absolute best. That it still has that like very, not just natural but out of this world skin that everyone just envies. That's the best way to describe it actually. I don't know if you can tell, but my motto in kind of my beauty or makeup life is to look like I haven't tried at all by trying very hard. Or trying very hard, though not to look like I've tried at all. It's kind of how I'll describe what I like. So this is kind of how the skin looks. You can see it really has a really nice glow. It doesn't look like makeup at all, it just looks like skin. So finally, I'd like to talk to you about a highlighter that really stole my heart. And this is the Clé de Peau, the Luminizing Face Enhancer in 17, which is Celestial Sparks. Look at how beautiful this is. This is, as you know already, I am a big fan of green. So yeah, this is amazing color. It's a very cool toned highlighter compared to all the ones I have. But this year actually I've been preferring more of a cool tone highlight, or at least on the neutral side. My skin has been a lot paler compared to previously, so it kind of works better for me in some ways. So I just kind of like lightly put here. You can see. Just slightly put it here. Oh, can you see the glow? It's something that you can use, well, for me, I use it on a daily basis and I'm using a very light hand, but if you want to build this up, you can see this is kind of more of a natural finish, and this side I put a little bit more and it really looks like a disco ball. It's amazing. And I like to put it up here on my forehead as well, so it kind of gives the effect that I am like just naturally glowy in like all parts of the high points on my face when I'm moving around. So I just add a little bit more on this side to even it out now. So finally, I wasn't going to include this, but I decided it won't be completed until I have this one more product, this bronzer or contour. So it's a real struggle because it is not something that I use every day, but on days that I want to look extra glamorous, I do use it. And I tend to use contour more, but actually I think when it comes to what brings me more joy is this Airbrush bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury in the shade 02 medium. So if I want to look like extra put together, I like to put a little bit, because I naturally have a bit of a dip and contour like and chisel on kind of to the side of my face already. So, you know, for just a natural bronzy look, I just want to add a little bit of colour in my forehead just to give a slight contour with bronzer. Just a little bit. Because it is a matte bronzer, I can use it for contour or bronzing at the same time. And it's just very natural, and sometimes that's just what I want. I don't want to look too sculpt, just some colouring to make me feel nice and bronzy. So this is it. This is all the amazing products I've been loving in 2022. I hope you like some of the products, or I've been able to kind of introduce you to something new. I think most of the products is something that I've been using for a long time, so then that's why I included it. So it might not necessarily be new products or new launches from this year, but they are, you know, trusted products that, you know, stands through the test of time. And it makes me so happy to see all my favorite beauty products in front of me. And I'm glad that it comes together quite well as well. So these are my favorites. Yeah, let me know if you like this as well, and if you want to have a tutorial for any specific products, I can do that as well for you. I'm just looking at this and comparing the two foundations. I don't know which one I like more anymore, and that's why they are both my favorites. Let me know if you see a difference and which one you prefer. I know there's a lot of videos I'm supposed to be posting that I haven't yet, but I promise you it is on my list and it will be coming soon. I just need to get better at editing the videos sooner. But yeah, thanks very much for supporting me, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye! Let's not do that again.